Hey, how you doing? This is Craig Beck from StopDrinkingExpert.com. Welcome into today's video. It is round one of the Battle of the Beers, or I should say Battle of the Non-Alcoholic Beers. And I'm ridiculously excited about this. And I think actually we're making history here today because I don't think this has ever happened on planet Earth before. Somebody has got excited about alcohol-free beer, but it's happened here today for the first time in the world. So what we're going to do is we're going to review two beers, and we're going to put the granddaddy, the godfather, Becks Blue, because this is the most commonly available alcohol-free beer in the world, as far as I know. Certainly in Europe, if you go into a bar and you ask for an alcohol-free beer, chances are good you're going to get given this. And this will be the only choice in a lot of cases. But does that mean it's the best? Of bars and pubs pick this because it's the best? Or was it the cheapest? Or was it the only one? Or did they not put any thought into it at all? That's probably more likely, isn't it? So we're going to take a look at Becks Blue. We're also going to take a look at the contender today, which is another German beer. This is called Erdinger. Now, Erdinger not only claims to be alcohol-free, it also claims to be reduced calorie. All right? So there's the contender. We're going to take a look at both of them in the first ever round of Battle of the Beers and find out which one wins. I will give them a score out of 10. Okay? So before we come to that, let me just remind you that if you are here because you are presently worried about your drinking, if you stumbled across my videos because you're asking questions like, am I an alcoholic? Then I encourage you to take action. Don't be passive in this process. Don't just watch the videos because, look, the best time to have dealt with this problem was 10 years ago. But that opportunity has gone. It will never come back. That's the bad news. The good news is the next best time to deal with this is right now. And I encourage you to do that because problems with alcohol never get better on their own. They only ever get worse because alcohol is like being stuck in quicksand. It doesn't happen overnight. You don't suddenly end up in trouble. It's a very slow, gradual process. And the sooner you stop walking into the center of the quicksand, the sooner your problems start to get better. So how do you take action? Well, the first thing to do is to like and subscribe to this channel so that the videos are coming up in your feed and it's there in your conscious awareness. Second thing to do is go to my website right now, stopdrinkingexpert.com, and sign up for today's free quit drinking webinar. I'll even give you a copy of my best-selling book, Alcohol Lied to Me, as a free gift just for turning up. And the third thing, if you want to come along to boot camp, these are my live quit drinking seminars that I take around the world. Easily by far and away the most powerful thing I do. Then go to the website, stopdrinkingexpert.com, and check for dates, locations, and tickets near you, okay? So, on to the beers. Before we talk about these specific beers, let me just touch briefly on whether using alcohol-free beer and products is even a good idea when you're trying to live a sober life or when you're trying to quit drinking. Because that's a question I get asked over and over again. And there's no clear-cut answer here because what I will tell you is I drink non-alcoholic beer. But not all the time. Very rarely. It's my kind of go-to solution when I feel a bit bored with drinking water or soda or something like that. I don't really like sweet tasting, things like fruit juices and Coca-Cola and things like that. So my favorite drink is sparkling mineral water. I go through it by the crate. I love sparkling mineral water. It's just amazing, especially freezing cold, nice slice of lemon in there. Just the best, most thirst quenching drink you can have. Strangely, still water to me, it feels like liquid depression. When I drink still water, I feel like it's ripping my soul out. I can't stand this stuff. It's so boring. But that's just me. I'm a bit strange. So my top drink, what I will normally go for, sparkling mineral water. Then next down the list is tonic water. I hardly ever go for sweet beverages like fruit juices because I'm just conscious they've got a lot of sugar in them, a lot of fructose, and that's not great. And then when I get past that point, when I'm really looking for something different, when I'm just looking for that kind of bitter taste, I'll go with a non-alcoholic beer. So maybe once, twice a month, I'll have one of these bad boys. Now, if you've just quit drinking, whether that's with my online course or via AA or any other method, and that you found that you're turning to a six-pack of these every night, then I would say that that is a big red warning sign that there's something not right. Because that would suggest that you still believe that drinking a six-pack of beer every night is a benefit to you. And you're having to use willpower to stay away from the thing you actually want, and you're using a pale substitute to try and hanker back to what went before. So this sort of stuff, it's like a seasoning in your life, a little sprinkle here and there. This is not going to be the sort of stuff that you're drinking, by the gallon, because it has calories in it. And there are much healthier options. There's no point switching out alcohol to go over to 6 cans of Coca-Cola a day, because you're going to switch out one set of health problems for another set of health problems. So water is always the best solution, and I always encourage people to fall in love with water. Do it whatever way you need to. Buy expensive, fancy water in a nice bottle, have a nice glass, make sure it's always a frosted glass with nice chunks of ice in and fruit and things like that. Do whatever you need to, but find a way to fall in love with water, because that is going to be the most powerful decision you make as far as beverages go for the rest of your life. Now, what I would suggest is if you've just quit drinking, I would avoid anything like this for 6-8 weeks, something like that. I would encourage you to firmly establish your routine and get into your happy, sober life before you start introducing things like that. It's not a disaster if you have an alcohol-free beer. It's just best practice. I would say cut it out completely, 6-8 weeks. All right. Should we see who wins? Which one is going to be... I'm really interested in this, because Becks Blue it's a bit boring now, because everywhere you go, certainly in Europe, you ask for an alcohol-free beer and they go, we've got Becks Blue. And you're like, oh, all right then. It's so common now that it's hard to get excited about it. Now, you go back 20 years, the only alcohol-free lager in the UK was called Caliber. It was insipid stuff. It had no comparison to beer in any shape or form, but it was all you could get for like several decades. And almost people joked about it. Thankfully, that's disappeared now, and we have a huge range of other options. But for some reason, Becks Blue just seems to be dominating the market. So let's start with Becks Blue, shall we? So the only thing it's claiming on here is that it's a German beer, and it's non-alcoholic. And it is 23 calories per 100 mil. So there's 330 mil in there. 23% of it represents a calorific load, okay? So it's not like you take the alcohol out and all the bad stuff goes away. If you drink enough of this, it's going to put weight on you. So see it as a treat. The point of this review is to find beers where you really feel like you're enjoying it, and you don't feel like you're the odd one out, or that you're having to make do with something that's not very good. Because certainly that has been the case in the past. Us sober people have had to make do with poor quality product. Because it's almost, I guess vegans must feel like this in restaurants sometimes. It's all right, this lavish menu is created, and then at the bottom they throw in a nut cutlet for the vegans. Or, they must feel like, come on, put some time, effort, and attention into our meal. So let's pour the Becks Blue and see what we think. All right, I'm not the best at pouring beer. I don't get a lot of practice, But let's have a look. So, color-wise, it's kind of a dark amber color. It's pretty clear, lightly carbonated. There's not a crazy amount of bubbles in there. It's a very light aroma coming off it. Really, you have to inhale quite deeply to get anything. It's quite subtle. So this is the Becks Blue. You know what? It's fine. It's okay. It's not like, wow, there's a party in my mouth and everyone's invited. It's not, oh my God, that's disgusting, that's revolting. I don't know how people can drink it. It's kind of, it's okay. I would never rave about this. I would never say to anyone, my God, have you tried Becks Blue? Oh, it's so good. It's just, it looks like beer. It smells a little bit like beer, and the flavor's not offensive by any means. It's just nothing to write home about. It's okay. So we'll give that like, it's 7 out of 10. It's good. It's not amazing, but it's good enough. You could drink that. All right, let's try the Contender, because this is interesting. I don't know if you can see this. Certainly, you probably can't because of the lighting in here. Looking through the bottle at this, it looks considerably more cloudy than the Becks Blue. Obviously, it comes in a bigger bottle. This is a half-litre bottle, 500 ml. And now, as I said to you at the start, this claims to be a reduced calorie, alcohol-free beer. And yet it has 25 calories per 100 ml. It has more calories than the Becks Blue. So, I'm not sure what they're comparing that to. If you're comparing it to normal beer, then yeah, but then all alcohol-free beers are low calorie compared to normal beer. So this seems a little bit disingenuous and a little bit dishonest here, because, it's not dramatically lower than other alcohol-free beers. Well, let's give it a go anyway. Like I said, it's also a German beer. Most of the labeling is actually in German. It claims to have lots of vitamins and minerals, B9, B12, to help reduce tiredness and promote normal functioning of the body's immune system and energy metabolism. Really? That's making a big claim. It's not just beer. This is not just beer. This is going to fix your health. Really? Okay. Well, look. Let's try it here. This is the Erdinger, I should say, and I've poured this ridiculously too quickly. I apologize. Like I said, I'll get better at this. I'm not very good at it. Hopefully you can now see how cloudy that is compared to the Becks Blue. You see the difference? You can see me through the Becks Blue, can't through this one. So this is an entirely different composition. It's a little bit lighter in color, and it smells a bit more malty. Again, the smell, the aroma is very subtle. You have to take a big sniff to get anything. But there's definitely more malt in there. That's the difference. Let's see what it tastes like. Again, there's nothing dramatic here. There's no strong taste. This is very subtle stuff. It feels slightly thicker. It feels like it's got more substance to it than the Becks Blue. But the taste isn't dramatically stronger. There's a definite hint of malt to it. And this is going to come down to personal taste. If you like malty beverages, if you like that sort of, there's a lot of Belgium kind of wheat beers made with that sort of earthy sort of taste to them. If you like that, then you're going to prefer this over the Becks. There really isn't that much between them. I'm going to give this 6 out of 10. So actually, Becks wins on this occasion. But you'll prefer this if you prefer that malty taste. Maybe if you're a real ale drinker rather than a lager drinker, you may go for this one. Again, it's a very subtle taste. There's nothing strong about it at all. They're playing down the middle of the road with this one. Nobody's going to drink this and spit it out and go, "Oh, that's disgusting." And equally, nobody's going to celebrate and say, "Wow, I've just found the drink of my life." It's pretty much middle of the road, not going to offend anyone, but equally, neither of these are going to excite anyone. So thank you very much for watching. The first ever battle of the non-alcoholic beers. Becks Blue wins on this occasion, 7-6. If you have any suggestions for me, drop me a line and let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. We'll do another one very soon. And if you want to get my best-selling book, Alcohol Lied to Me, as a free download, go to the website right now, stopdrinkingexpert.com.